National Electrical Code, specifically Section 210.52D2, addresses the requirements for receptacle outlets near appliances located in dwelling unit basements. The code states that a receptacle outlet is not required to be installed within 25 feet of the appliance, provided that the appliance is located in a dwelling unit basement and is served by a 120-volt single-phase branch circuit of not more than 20 amps. This means that if a furnace, for example, is situated in the basement of a home and its electrical supply comes from a 120-volt circuit protected by a 20-amp breaker or fuse, then an electrical outlet does not necessarily need to be within 25 feet of the furnace. However, there is an exception to this rule. The exception states that where the appliance is served by a branch circuit that supplies only the appliance, the receptacle outlet requirement is also waived. In simpler terms, if the furnace is connected to its own dedicated circuit, meaning that the circuit breaker or fuse only provides power to the furnace and nothing else, then the 25-foot outlet requirement does not apply. To fully understand these requirements, let's break down the key terms and concepts. Firstly, a receptacle outlet is an electrical outlet where you can plug in devices. Secondly, a dwelling unit basement refers to the basement of a residential building. Thirdly, a 120-volt single-phase branch circuit of not more than 20 amps describes the electrical circuit that powers the appliance. This circuit must have a voltage of 120 volts, be single-phase, and be protected by a circuit breaker or fuse rated at 20 amps or less. Finally, a dedicated circuit is a branch circuit that supplies power to only one appliance or piece of equipment. Now, let's consider some examples to illustrate these rules. Imagine a homeowner has a furnace in their basement. The furnace is powered by a 120-volt circuit with a 15-amp breaker, and the circuit also supplies power to some lighting fixtures in the basement. In this case, according to NEC Section 210.52D2, an electrical outlet must be installed within 25 feet of the furnace because the circuit also powers other devices. However, if the furnace is connected to its own dedicated 15-amp circuit, meaning no other devices are powered by the circuit, then an outlet is not required within 25 feet of the furnace. Now, let's explore why these rules and exceptions exist. The primary reason for requiring an outlet near an appliance is for servicing and maintenance. If a technician needs to work on the furnace, they will need a convenient power source for their tools and equipment. However, when the appliance is on a dedicated circuit, the need for a nearby outlet is reduced. In this situation, the dedicated circuit ensures that the appliance has a reliable and protected power supply. Furthermore, the exception recognizes that some appliances, like furnaces, are often hardwired directly into the electrical system. In these cases, providing a nearby outlet may not be practical or necessary. It's important to note that these requirements are designed to ensure safety and convenience. While the code may seem complex, it is ultimately intended to protect homeowners and technicians from electrical hazards. When installing or servicing a furnace, it's always recommended to consult with a qualified electrician who can ensure that the installation meets all applicable codes and standards. Now let's delve deeper into the practical implications of these NEC requirements. Consider a situation where a homeowner is renovating their basement and relocating their furnace. During the renovation, they decide to move the furnace more than 25 feet away from the nearest existing outlet. In this case, the homeowner would need to determine whether a new outlet is required based on the NEC rules. If the furnace is powered by a shared circuit, meaning it also supplies power to other devices, then a new outlet would need to be installed within 25 feet of the new furnace location. However, if the furnace is on a dedicated circuit, then a new outlet would not be required. It's also important to consider the type of outlet that is required. In most cases, a standard 120-volt, 15-amp or 20-amp receptacle outlet would be sufficient. However, depending on the specific requirements of the furnace, a different type of outlet may be necessary. For example, some furnaces may require a 240-volt outlet or a special type of connector. When installing a new outlet, it's crucial to follow all applicable electrical codes and safety standards. This includes using the correct wiring, grounding the outlet properly, and protecting the circuit with the appropriate breaker or fuse. Improperly installed outlets can pose a significant electrical hazard, potentially leading to shocks, fires, or equipment damage. Moreover, it's essential to understand that these NEC requirements are subject to change. The National Electrical Code is updated every 3 years, and new additions may include revisions or additions that affect the requirements for receptacle outlets near appliances. Therefore, it's always a good idea to consult the latest edition of the NEC and any applicable local codes to ensure compliance. Furthermore, local jurisdictions may have their own specific requirements that are more stringent than the NEC. These local codes may vary depending on the location and the type of building. For example, some cities may require all new homes to have outlets installed within a certain distance of all major appliances, regardless of whether the appliance is on a dedicated circuit. Therefore, it's crucial to check with the local building department or a qualified electrician to determine the specific requirements for your area. In addition to the NEC and local codes, manufacturers of furnaces and other appliances may have their own recommendations for electrical installations. These recommendations may include specific requirements for the type of outlet, the size of the wiring, and the grounding method. It's always a good idea to consult the appliance's installation manual for any specific instructions or recommendations. Now, let's turn our attention to some common misconceptions about the NEC requirements for receptacle outlets near appliances. One common misconception is that an outlet is always required within 25 feet of a furnace, regardless of whether it's on a dedicated circuit. As we have discussed, this is not always the case. The NEC specifically allows an exception for appliances that are served by a dedicated circuit. Another misconception is that any type of outlet can be used near a furnace. In reality, the type of outlet must be appropriate for the appliance and must meet all applicable codes and standards. Using the wrong type of outlet can create a safety hazard. A further misconception is that homeowners can easily install or modify electrical outlets themselves. While some homeowners may have the skills and knowledge to perform basic electrical work, it's generally recommended to hire a qualified electrician for any electrical installations or modifications. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it's important to ensure that it's done safely and correctly. Now, let's consider some practical tips for complying with the NEC requirements for receptacle outlets near appliances. Firstly, always consult the latest edition of the NEC and any applicable local codes. Secondly, check with the local building department or a qualified electrician to determine the specific requirements for your area. Thirdly, consult the appliance's installation manual for any specific instructions or recommendations. Fourthly, use the correct type of outlet and wiring for the appliance. Fifthly, ground the outlet properly. Sixthly, protect the circuit with the appropriate breaker or fuse. Seventhly, hire a qualified electrician for any electrical installations or modifications. By following these tips, you can ensure that your electrical installations meet all applicable codes and standards, and that your home is safe and protected. In conclusion, understanding the NEC requirements for receptacle outlets near appliances in dwelling unit basements is crucial for ensuring electrical safety and compliance. By adhering to the rules and exceptions outlined in Section 210.52 D2 of the NEC, homeowners and electricians can create safe and convenient electrical installations. Remember to always consult the latest edition of the NEC local codes and appliance installation manuals, and to hire a qualified electrician for any electrical work. Now, let's delve further into specific scenarios and considerations related to furnace installations and the NEC requirements. Consider a situation where a homeowner is installing a new high-efficiency furnace in their basement. These modern furnaces often have electronic components and may require a dedicated circuit to ensure proper operation. In this case, even if the previous furnace was connected to a shared circuit, it may be necessary to install a new dedicated circuit for the new furnace. This dedicated circuit would not only meet the NEC requirements for the exception in Section 210.52 D2, but it would also ensure that the furnace receives a clean and reliable power supply. Another factor to consider is the location of the furnace in relation to other appliances or equipment in the basement. If the furnace is located near a water heater, for example, it may be possible to share a circuit with the water heater, provided that the circuit is appropriately sized and protected. However, it's important to ensure that the shared circuit can handle the combined load of both appliances without overloading the circuit. Overloading a circuit can lead to overheating, which can cause a fire. Moreover, it's crucial to consider the accessibility of the receptacle outlet near the furnace. The outlet should be located in a place that is easily accessible for servicing and maintenance. It should not be blocked by furniture, equipment, or other obstructions. Additionally, the outlet should be located in a dry and protected area, away from potential water damage. In some cases, it may be necessary to install a weatherproof outlet to protect it from moisture. Another consideration is the height of the receptacle outlet above the floor. The NEC does not specify a minimum height for receptacle outlets near furnaces, but it's generally recommended to install the outlet at a convenient height for servicing and maintenance. A height of 12 to 18 inches above the floor is typically sufficient. Furthermore, it's essential to use the correct type of wiring for the receptacle outlet. The wiring must be sized appropriately for the circuit breaker or fuse and must be suitable for the environment. For example, in damp or wet locations, it may be necessary to use a special type of wiring that is resistant to moisture. It is important to remember that electrical codes are in place for safety reasons. Electrical shock and fire are real risks, and following the NEC guidelines is vital. Always hire a licensed electrician for electrical work to ensure that the job is done correctly and safely. They will be familiar with local codes and can ensure that your installation meets all requirements. In addition to safety, proper electrical work can also protect your appliances and equipment. Overloads and surges can damage sensitive electronic components, and a properly wired circuit can help to prevent these issues. Furthermore, a well-designed electrical system can increase the value of your home. Potential buyers will appreciate a home that has been wired correctly and meets all applicable codes. They will have peace of mind knowing that the electrical system is safe and reliable. Moreover, it is important to maintain your electrical system properly. Regularly inspect your wiring, outlets, and circuit breakers for any signs of damage. If you notice any problems, have them repaired immediately by a qualified electrician. Ignoring electrical problems can lead to more serious issues such as fires or electrical shocks. Furthermore, avoid overloading your circuits. Do not plug too many devices into a single outlet or extension cord. Overloading a circuit can cause it to overheat and potentially start a fire. If you need to plug in multiple devices, consider installing additional outlets or using a power strip with a built-in circuit breaker. In addition to the NEC requirements, there may be other regulations or guidelines that apply to furnace installations in your area. For example, some municipalities may require permits for furnace installations, and they may also have specific requirements for venting and combustion air. It's important to check with your local building department to determine if any additional regulations apply to your situation. In conclusion, ensuring compliance with the NEC requirements for receptacle outlets near furnaces and dwelling unit basements involves a thorough understanding of the code provisions, a consideration of the specific circumstances of the installation, and adherence to safety precautions. By following these guidelines and working with qualified professionals, you can create a safe, reliable, and code-compliant electrical system for your home. Now, to further clarify some potential grey areas and address common questions, let's consider scenarios where the furnace is not a typical residential unit. What if the furnace is located in a commercial building basement or a multi-family dwelling with a shared basement space? The NEC primarily focuses on dwelling units when it comes to specific receptacle outlet requirements near appliances. Commercial and industrial settings often have different sets of rules and considerations due to the scale and nature of the equipment. In these cases, the general requirements for accessible outlets for maintenance and servicing still apply, but the specific 25-foot rule may not be directly applicable. Instead, the focus shifts to ensuring that sufficient outlets are available within a reasonable distance for technicians to easily power their tools and equipment during maintenance. The number and placement of these outlets may be determined by factors such as the size of the equipment, the complexity of the system, and the frequency of maintenance. In multi-family dwellings with shared basement spaces, the requirements may be more nuanced. If each dwelling unit has its own dedicated furnace in the shared basement, the dwelling unit rules might apply to each individual furnace. However, if the basement houses a central heating system serving multiple units, the commercial/industrial guidelines might be more relevant. It is always best to consult with a qualified electrician and local building inspectors to determine the most appropriate approach in these situations. Another common question revolves around the definition of appliance. While the NEC doesn't offer an exhaustive list of what constitutes an appliance, a furnace certainly falls under this category. However, what about other heating and cooling equipment, such as boilers, heat pumps, or air conditioning units? In general, the same principles apply to these types of equipment. If the equipment is located in a dwelling unit basement and is served by a 120-volt single-phase branch circuit of not more than 20 amps, the 25-foot rule and its exception apply. However, larger equipment that requires higher voltage or amperage circuits may be subject to different requirements. Furthermore, it's important to consider the presence of other electrical equipment in the vicinity of the furnace or other appliance. The NEC has specific rules about the separation of different types of wiring and equipment to prevent interference and ensure safety. For example, low-voltage wiring for thermostats or control systems must be separated from high-voltage power wiring. Additionally, the NEC specifies minimum clearances around electrical equipment to allow for safe access and maintenance. Now, let's address the scenario where a furnace is powered by a generator during a power outage. In this case, the same NEC requirements for receptacle outlets near appliances still apply. However, it's important to ensure that the generator is properly sized and grounded to prevent electrical hazards. The generator should be connected to the electrical system through a transfer switch to prevent backfeeding power into the utility grid, which can be dangerous for utility workers. Additionally, it's crucial to follow the manufacturer's instructions for operating the generator safely. Another factor to consider is the use of surge protection devices. Surge protection devices can help to protect sensitive electronic components in furnaces and other appliances from voltage spikes and surges which can be caused by lightning strikes, power outages, or other electrical disturbances. Surge protection devices should be installed at the main electrical panel and at individual outlets that serve sensitive equipment. Finally, it's important to remember that electrical codes and safety standards are constantly evolving. As new technologies and equipment are introduced, the NEC is updated to reflect these changes. Therefore, it's essential to stay informed about the latest code requirements and to consult with qualified professionals to ensure that your electrical installations are safe and compliant. By following these guidelines and staying informed, you can help to prevent electrical hazards and ensure the safe and reliable operation of your electrical system. The information presented here is for educational purposes only and should not be considered a substitute for professional electrical advice. Always consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical installations or modifications. The qualified electrician is important so that it meets all the requirements